I'll just hop into my story. So I found out about Posh about 2.5 years ago. I was staying at an Airbnb. You'll never guess, but it was Stephanie's Airbnb, which is so funny. And she had left some samples and a note that just said, "Take some time to pamper, you deserve it." And I was like, at the end of this road trip that I was doing with my now husband, I was like, oh, yes, I need some pampering. So I tried a face mask and a hand cream, and I was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is totally different than anything I've ever tried. And I fell in love with the products, the packaging, the smells. Everything is amazing smelling, and the price point. And I got so excited, and I just felt something in my soul just like come alive. And so as I left that trip, it was like several months later, and I was still thinking about this hand cream and this face mask, and I was like, I have to have this in my life. So I reached back out to this Airbnb lady, and I said, you know what? Tell me more. And at the time, I had just moved to Iowa from Orlando. Um, I was working a new job. I was working 3 p.m. to 3 a.m. I was I was planning my wedding, and I was getting I'm working on my master's degree. So I was doing all of that. It was so much, and I was like, okay, I'm interested in the business, but I'm way too busy to do this as a business. And I kind of was telling Stephanie that, and I said, I don't really know if I could do this. And she was like, well, I find the people who are most successful in this business are people who are busy because they know how to prioritize and organize themselves. And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good at that. I can do that. And then I thought to myself, like, I'm not really a salesperson. Like, I've never done sales before. I'm not really into that. And she was like, look, we're not really looking for salespeople. We're looking for nice people. And I was like, well, I'm a nice person. The next thing is I was like, okay, I'm an achiever, I'm a competitive person, and I just don't want to fail. Like, I really don't want to fail. And I said, what's the minimum amount that you have to do and, not be a failure? And she was like, look, here's the thing. You can do the friends and family plan, which has no minimums, and you just get cash back on all your orders. And when you do that, there's really no failing. There's like no losing. You just get the cash back on your orders. And I was like, I love saving money. My husband loves me saving money. And so I was like, okay, you know what? If this woman that is a top leader in Posh can do this as an introvert, I'm not even that introverted. So, like, I could probably do it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to talk to my husband. I know he's going to think it's a scam, and I know he's going to tell me no. So I'm just going to see what he says. So I talked to my husband, and I was like, okay, so like, here's what I'm thinking. And surprisingly, he was really open to the thing. He didn't think I was crazy. He didn't think it was a scam. He was excited about the opportunity for me to meet new people. I had just moved to a new town. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any friends. And he was also excited about, me having a little bit of side income to work towards our goal of getting out of debt. And if you're working to get out of debt, then that every little bit of money helps. And so, that was our goal, and he was into it. So I went ahead and I joined. And I'm so glad I did. It's been such a fun adventure. And I got to, a few months later, go to my first Posh event. I went in Chicago, and I walked in. I got to go with my mom, which is amazing. And there was just happy women everywhere. Everybody was so excited. They were smiling. They were cheering for each other. And I was definitely not getting cheered for at my job. I was struggling and nobody was cheering for me. And I was just like, oh my gosh, these women are so amazing. I was like, this is either an amazing sisterhood or like a total scam. And I just was encouraged and excited. I got to meet one of my now Posh mentors, and I was just blown away because these women were, they were saying they were making money, like good money, like six figures. And I was like, I want to make six figures. So I talked to my mentor and I was like, hey, what's the lowdown on this? Like, is there really money to be made? And she was encouraging, and she whispered in my ear what a monthly amount she has made, and it was more than my husband and I make in a month. And I was like, holy cow, if I could do that, then not only could I get us out of debt, I could set us up for a life that we could not, could be so happy in. So I went home inspired. I went home on fire. I chatted with Stephanie and we came up with a business plan. And in 6 months, I sold $15,000 worth of Posh, which is a lot of Posh. And I started growing my team. I started having confidence in myself. And, I realized that if I could do that in 6 months, then I could continue to build and build and build and can work my way out of my full-time job, which is still my goal. I'm definitely not there yet. I'm working towards that. In Posh, we say we have 3 plans. You can do the friends and family plan, you can do the part-time plan, and you can do the full-time plan. And realistically, I have a full-time job. I'm still getting my master's. I'm busy like most of you. I don't have children yet, but like I'm still busy, and I'm on the part-time plan. I work and I try and do 1 to 2 parties a week on the weekends, and I'm building my team still. But I lead a team that's going straight to the top, and I'm passionate about sharing my experience with you guys, which is why I was really honored to be asked to do my story today, because this has really changed my family's life. It's changed. It's changed my life. It's pulled me out of some of my darkest days. It has given me a support system of women who cheer me on and encourage me. And it just makes me believe that, whatever you need money for, whatever you need somebody even just to pick you up, that this business, this tribe of women is here to do that. And it's not necessarily an opportunity for everyone, but you never know who might be interested in in the business and growing. So that's kind of my story. I'm just really passionate about helping to build women up. One of my, if you have 10 dreams, one of my dreams is to build women up for a living. And, I get to do that through Posh, and it's really, really encouraging to me. So that's my story. I'm still building, and you know what, like I said, we're going straight to the top. So, this is a great wave to be, a part of. And it's just really exciting. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to answer if there's anything that you're wondering about. And if you don't have any questions and you were just here to support me, I super appreciated it because I was really, really nervous. And